friends, today we're going to make some individual pies with a couple of baking hacks. I'm Miss Katie. Welcome to Heritage Ways, where we honor home, celebrate heritage, and spread hope. And today we are going to use my homemade apple pie filling. We're going to make individual size pies. I'm going to show you how to do that, and I know you're going to want to use this method for any occasion, holiday, Christmas, Valentine's, birthday, whatever. Whenever you need just small individual sized pies. Apple pie filling. This happens to be my last jar of homemade apple pie filling. It's actually from 2013 of October, so we are it's over 6 years old, but that's what I love about canning as opposed to freezing. Canning and dehydrating are a couple of my favorite ways to preserve food, and actually our son Owen actually made this batch a little over 6 years ago. But it is apple pie filling, and it's still good. It's my last jar. Now, you're going to need butter and some cinnamon sugar. This is a cinnamon and Truvia blend. And then we've got Muffin Tins. Now, you can make your own, but this is just a simple, fast way to make individual pies. I'm actually just making these for our family for supper tonight. Just let my pie crust sit out for just a few minutes to get to room, not really to room temperature, but just so it can unroll without breaking. I have a wide mouth canning ring. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do is get as many pie crust, miniature pie crust as I can out of this refrigerated store-bought pie crust. And the wide mouth ring is what I use. I don't even have to put flour or anything around it, and I'm just making sure these touch. I don't want to waste any crust. I am going to use the pieces here in a little bit, but I'm just getting as many as I can out of this pie crust. Okay, I successfully got 7 of the individual pie crust out of my one large round. Okay, next thing is a muffin tin. And here's the secret. So I took some parchment. I just tore some parchment out off the roll. Folded it in half so I could manage it while I was cutting it. And then I cut strips about 1 inch, not less than 1 inch. I've cut them smaller before and it didn't work so well. Strips. So these are kind of my handles. And you can trim them. Those are a little long. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm simply putting this pie crust down in here. This works so well. I have used this on a dessert bar when I've had company. I have used this to make pumpkin pies, fudge pies, apple pies. You can make any kind, pecan pies. It's really nice to have them on a dessert bar, a buffet rather. Now these are a little long. You could trim them if you wanted to. You could also get yourself a little tool. I've got this little measuring spoon from my friends at Polder's. The Polder family makes these wood spoons. I'll put a link down below for their products. Just kind of mash them in there. I didn't spray, but you could if you felt like you needed to spray the pan. When company comes, they can have their own. It's neater. It's not so messy as cutting a pie sometimes. This is also something during the holidays when I've had guests. I've had the family in here helping to make these, and it is a little bit, obviously it's more labor intensive than just putting the filling in one pie shell, but It's something different, and it's really no problem if you have the family and they're helping. Typically, I would use more than one crust, but today this is what I have. I have one of these pie crusts, and that's all I need for today's accomplishments for supper pies. Okay, so now I've got my homemade apple pie fillings. We love to make this. Look forward to making it again on our next homestead. All right. Smells great. Just gonna kind of stir it. You know, it's kind of congealed in there because that's what we use. We use the what the Amish use. It's it's clear gel. I get it at the Amish stores from my friends, and I'm just kind of trying to stir it a little bit. I do have a recipe for this, not out in public yet, but I'm spilling a recipe that I will put in probably my next cookbook. I do have one cookbook out so far, and if you're interested, there's a link below in the description box. So I'm just going to fill these pie shells with my homemade apple pie filling. You know, you could buy a canned pie filling at the store if you wanted to, if you didn't have your own. Okay, those are pretty full, and I've still got plenty. So I'm going to say a quart is probably, it would probably make 10 to 12 of these, almost said immature pies, of these individual pies. All right, now I'm just going to put some good quality butter on top, pats of butter. And then I'm going back and I'm just going to randomly use, now if you wanted to do lattice work, that is up to you. You can take little, in the fall, if you wanted to have little cookie cutters that were leaf shapes or whatever, you could do that. Oh, I forgot to sprinkle, let's sprinkle the cinnamon sugar. But you know what I usually do is I just kind of crisscross these in a very rustic style. I don't want to waste this. Probably what you could do is roll it together, and you probably could get another pie shell out of it if you wanted to do that. But I'm just randomly, I'm not really latticing these. This is where your creativity comes into play. $375, 20 to 30 minutes, and then I'm going to show you how easily they come out of the muffin tins. Okay friends, I'm aware I've kind of cut my head off there, but I want you to be able to see my taking them out of the oven and then how they release so easily from the pans. Pardon my Instant Pot, I'm multitasking and I'm making supper for tonight to go with our pies. There's our one. By the way, I love these Ove Gloves, and we've got them on our Amazon influencer page if you're interested. These are kind of dirty, and we use them all the time. Mr. Patient and I do. We love them. So if you're interested in getting some, they are on our Amazon influencer page. And there's a link to that down below. And just your purchase through our page, you can buy anything. Doesn't have to be on our Amazon influencer page, but your purchase through our link actually helps us, you know, only a few cents, but it all adds up, and that helps us to bring content to you. All 4 pieces at once, if you can see what I'm doing. Look at that. Super duper easy peasy wheezy. Look at that. Oh, look at that, folks. Okay, it was 28 minutes on 375 in my convection oven. Okay, I'm going to take the rest of them out. Now, my convection oven does not cook evenly, so some of these are going to be more brown than others. That's okay. I like the ones that aren't so brown anyway. You can top this with some ice cream or a slice of cheddar cheese. Paternal family is from Ohio, and Grandpa always ate a slice of cheddar cheese on his hot apple pie. Some people prefer cold apple pie. So what do you prefer? Cold apple pie, hot apple pie, a la mode with ice cream, slice of cheddar cheese? What do you prefer? I'd be curious to know. That is so very good. So very good. With my home canned apple pie filling that's almost 7 years old. Refrigerated pie crust. Individual pies. Hey, this way everybody could have their own. They could put their ice cream or their cheddar cheese or whatever you like. You could let it get cold. Very good. Thanks for joining me today. Y'all make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to our channel. We put all kinds of videos out having to do with home, heritage, and hope. Happy pie, y'all. Very good.